Hello. Welcome to Advanced Vedic Mathematics course, Panini Ashtadhayayi Sthapatya, lesson 28. Today, in this lesson, our focus is to remain as to how we will be having both orientations features of the organization of the text of Ashtadhayayi of Panini. Sutra 1, Vriddhir Adesh, 2, Sutra 3961, is the one orientation, and the other orientation is from this last sutra to the first sutra. This is the unique feature of the organization because everything is being done here within a creator's space. Creator's space means four space, and four space is enveloped within a solid boundary, and solid boundary is of 8 components. A raised to power 3 is to 8, a raised to power 4 is to 8, b raised to power 3. The internal devatas are 8 into 4 is 32, parallel to the coordinations of all the 8 components within a 4-dimensional frame. And this organization as such in a way will lead us to that from within the creator's space, where the transcendental origin, which is of a solid order, means from here will flow a solid order, and the solid order we know is sequentially taking to spatial order and then to the linear order. Therefore, this orientation from Sutra 1 to the Sutra 3961 will have a starting as Vriddhir Adesh and will have a reach up till A. So this phenomenon, when is taken in the ascending order, reverse orientation, then it tells us that the 4 space is of 2, 3, 4 and 5 4 folds, 14, and as here is the spatial order, so H14 will take us to as many as 29 versions. As such, the ascendance from here is to be up till 32nd pada. So starting from 1 and reaching till that would mean that it will get divided into 29 and 3. So it is this feature which will further help us appreciate that chapters 1 to chapter 7, there are 28 padas of 7 chapters, and the chapter 8, which has 4 padas, 4/4 of its one in continuity of it will make 29, and these three, second, third and fourth, are the 3/4, 3 padas of chapter 18 itself, and these make a distinct class. So it is this division of the text as 29 and 3 padas. Then the logic given is the here while we will be descending and while we will be ascending would simply mean that it is going to be a linear. So here is to remain a linear order, and here is going to be a spatial order. There is a distinction between the two, and as here the orientation gets absorbed, because within a plane we can have a line and plane both. But here in a line there is no reversal of orientation. Therefore, the logic being taken is that these 3 padas and these 29 padas would be taken as that the here things which are proved, which will remain unproved here, these would remain asiddh. When these posts are to remain asiddh, that means here all those things which are of siddh proved features here, these are not to be applicable here. So it is this thing that it would amount to all that is the values above are not to be applicable here, and this is sequentially is not to be applicable here. So not here, not here, not here, not here, and it is going to be the ultimate truth. It is this truth which will sequentially reach here at another truth, but different truth, another truth and a different truth. It is this feature which deserves to be comprehended properly, fully, exhaustively, to have an appreciation as to how, when we are having a spatial order and linear order both available within a spatial order, when both are available, then this order and this order are of distinct nature. Here orientation is not to change, but here the orientation may change, as this is going to be a progression or it could be a regression. It may increase or it may increase, but there will not be in the same format. But here there can be both. Therefore, this we say that if we are here at 0, 1, then here it is going to be 10. So it is this relationship of 0, 1 and 10 which deserves to be comprehended well, as we know that force space as dimension in its next step plays the role of a boundary of the transcendental domain, and there are as many as 10 components. A raised to power 5 is to 10 b raised to power 4. And then it is in this context that we have further to appreciate here the dimensional frame is 16, and here the domain is It's a 5-space domain. So this domain is 3, 4, 5 and 6, 18. So it is this reach for this dimensional frame as dimension and this as a domain. This will help us comprehend, visualize, and make a blissful urge for knowing that 4 space, which is having a spatial dimensional frame 16 2 raised to power 4, same as a dimension, will take us to 18 as a domain, as it is going to create a creative boundary of 10 components for a transcendental domain. One may have a pause here. One shall sit comfortably and glimpse as that the Gita is a scripture of 18 chapters, while Ganit Sutras are 16. So how to have a comparative table for 18 chapters of Gita and 16 Ganita Sutras? It is here that the 10th Sutra and the first chapter, it is this relationship which is to be appreciated. Here is a Yabdunam, which simply means deficiency. So that means we will be now reaching as if the bearer is having deficiency of, say, 1 unit here, and water or content is filled in this, and so we can sequentially reach within at the next step, then at the next step, and like that we will reach. So it is this deficiency part, -1, -2, -3, and so on, is to be appreciated. It is in this context that when we know that chapter 8, Pada 2, chapter 8, Pada 3, chapter 8, Pada 4, you see, here are 67 sutras, here are 119, and here are 108. So when we are starting with the Prithvi and are reaching up till Dhruv, pole star, so Apa, Agni, Vayu and Akash, these 5 Bhut give us value 68. However, when we start from Dhruv and reach up till Agni, Dhruv, Surya, Akash, Vayu and Agni, it makes 67. Therefore, sadhakas fulfilled with intensity of urge to be parallel with the sthapatya of Ashtadhayayi Panini, then one is to sit comfortably and is to visualize as that when the text is to be organized starting in the reverse orientation, beginning with the last sutra, 3961st sutra, and is to reach at the first sutra. So it is this reversal which is to be comprehended for reaching at Ashtadhayayi. It really is going to be a blissful surprise that while one will be progressing like this, then Ashtadhayayi would be unfolding itself for its Ashtadhayayi. And while we will be proceeding here, it will be unfolding us for the Sankhyanistha. So how the Yoganistha and Sankhyanistha are to be learnt simultaneously, imbibed simultaneously, or these two systems are working. That means for it, we have to take the proper bliss of the Gita organization parallel with Ganita Sutra organization, and then it is the Yoga Darshan scripture which will help us melt our mental states. All vritti, which is 21, it is also a tattva, and it is also a mrityu. The same is a gyan, and it is a Divya Ganga Prabha, 1, 3, and 7, 21. All these features are inherently here, and still further, it will be very blissful to take note that the transcendental content flow from orb of the sun has 7 streams, reaches back, enters the creator's space through its eastern window, and it is here there is a manifestation. It is of 8 directional frame with Kendra center here, which will lead to another 3 directions, as Asht means 11 TCV. All these